And then, woo. So, Miss Laura, would you care to give a recap to the lovely Tax, who has been she's been absent for too long?
We are working out audio issues right now. Allie's trying to do it, so I will bring up notes shortly. Tax, what is the last thing you remember?
We got to an upside down castle. We met a monk, and we got some potions.
Yeah. So then we fought a bunch of crap, and Croesus got turned into a statue, and Broad's sister showed up and was like, hey, we can make him not a statue if you give us that cauldron. And the monk was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But everybody else seemed to know what the fuck they were talking about. And I think the party decided to do it. I don't know.
They
Tony
did.
doesn't have an opinion. And we also ran into like yet another religious lunatic.
Of which variety? The rhyme kind?
No, the paladin kind that for some reason reminds us of Croesus, but isn't Croesus. It's kind of has like a Croesus vibe, but it's definitely not Croesus.
And definitely not Dragonborn.
Yeah. That's what Jay remembers.
I will say, without a doubt in my mind, Tax has went to take a small chip of the Croesus statue.
You got to be careful which chip you take, because I don't know if anyone in the party actually knows this, but Croesus, and the players know this. Croesus is petrified, and we don't get the ability as a party to undo that until 2 levels from now. So right now, Croesus is stuck being petrified without any sort of external intervention. But when you unpetrify Croesus, he returns exactly in the state that he's in. So if you take part of the statue away, that part will be missing when he returns. So
also, I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain I predicted that this is what Tax would do.
yes, I believe you did.
I would take like we're talking a scratch.
Well,
That's fine. Just take it from someplace that's not his skin.
Right? Like chip off the robe or something.
Yeah.
So definitely folded in, finished our business at the city that definitely is not the White Lake, the city, or the underground cave city, or the underground city that we went through to do all of that. We left that with a new paladin friend and a new monk friend, and we came back to the White Lady and had a seance.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the seance.
And learned some things in the seance. One, there was the Frost Maiden protects the world from the city that is buried. So we have that to think on. And we also met up with Broad Yaga's sister, who was kind of pissed that we didn't have the cauldron for Broad Yaga or Broad Yaga. And we carefully did not somehow reveal that she hangs out with frost druids, because I do believe that a member of our party may have reacted differently had that been apparent. We also noticed that Connie, the monk, does not want to take healing from a cleric.
Yeah.
Answered by him, or any kind of divine stuff. There's some anti-godness about it.
Yeah.
And now we have a paladin and a cleric in the party, so I'm sure that's not gonna cause any friction.
Nah,
Nah,
It's gonna
it'll
be
be fine.
it's fine. And
So
even who think differently, I don't understand.
we have to decide on getting the cauldron from where we've had it and meeting Broad Yaga's sister at a meeting point in the
Oh, we
very
were gonna, sorry,
Oh,
we were gonna meet her back in the tower, right?
yes,
Yeah, well, we have to for her to have access to
yeah, yeah.
Croesus statue.
So you made this arrangement with her, he said, bringing up his
We're-
calendar.
noon on the 25th.
What's that?
We're going to meet back at noon on the 25th.
Right.
Is what I have. That is what our plan is now. We have to find the cauldron because we had given it to Iggy to hide.
Luckily, you did find Iggy in the White Lady. So there is that. Iggy went to her room, and then you guys had a seance, and it was a seance.
It was spooky.
Ooh.
Scary.
So just, for my own edification, like exactly how deep in the White Lady was Iggy?
Oh my god.
She was
I
under her
miss
hood,
you
so
guys.
So moving on. After the seance, what did you guys do? Actually go to the sleep? Go to take a nap?
Yeah, I did my nighttime routine, which I have written down somewhere. Oh yeah, I would have, practiced forms, meditated, studied my little book,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then gone to bed.
Okay. Well then, anyone else have anything they would like or need to do before daybreak?
I have
I don't believe so. I believe Odric, who is the name of the individual you guys ran into on exiting the castle, the upside down castle. Nope, I think Odric's fine. I think we end the seance, and the party gleans information they want, and Odric is along for the ride. And afterwards, I'm sure you guys, the Lamplighters, dispel into their I guess places of sleep.
All right.
Yeah, do we want to set any kind of watch, folks?
Yeah.
We're at the tavern, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll take first watch.
All righty. Go ahead and give me a death saving throw, perception check.
that escalated quickly.
Why is D&D Beyond having the issue with me being able to do things? There we go.
Mine does that sometimes too. It's annoying.
So, Sandalphon, as the rest of the group finds sleep in whatever manner they are most enamored with, you kind of settle down, and it's very quiet You can hear a little bit of noise from, from the actual tavern area downstairs, but it's kind of quiet. And were you present for the seance?
Yes.
Yes. And you can't help but think about if the Frost Maiden is trying to protect the world from this city, why does she need you? And you kind of think about that. You kind of roll it over in your mind. I will give you an opportunity if you would like to ask your DM any questions concerning that very thing.
So thinking, I mean, we had a bit of this information previously. I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough information to be able to ask questions. What is she doing? 1 second.
It's like watching webcams of meerkats because you both went,
God put something in his own way and then got frustrated at it.
mm,
So, I mean, I don't think I do because I don't think we have enough. I don't have any information in which I can ask the question about.
okay. I'm not saying that you do or you should. I'm just giving you an opportunity as you kind of stand watch, by yourself. But you do, it's definitely a thing weighing upon your mind. But your watch ends uneventfully. Who's taking second watch?
I'll take second watch.
Alrighty.
Odric Odric's going to naturally take third watch on his own, not necessarily watching up for the party because he's not too certain he's part of the party yet. But that's what Odric's doing, regardless of what the party's doing.
Yeah, I'll be on last watch because that's good form practicing time.
Hex would be on Broad's watch, but unfortunately, she still has her heart broken. She is trying real hard.
Broad
Well,
watch.
Tristan has no active conditions, but I don't see a perception.
Oh, I'll do it perception. I was just noticing that I was still paralyzed.
Oh, well, that don't be paralyzed. That's bad. So Tax, you were not present for the seance. Did you guys bring Tax up to speed about the seance? Like what you heard? I assume you did.
I think that's a safe.
All
assumption.
kinds of. I probably would have asked her if there was any way that could have been faked, but it seemed like there was too much real about it. It reminded me a little bit of Speak with the Dead.
A little bit. There was an actual entity involved though, so
Yeah.
So Tax, during your hours at watch, what is Tax on watch in a tavern look like?
Well, clearly she's awake, but she is very much tinkering with something or other, probably holler. And as she's doing so, she does look around. She'll stop, she'll look around, and mostly she's observing things already in place more than new things. So she's probably staring at one particular person. I would imagine new members of the party, and noting everything about them, not so much everything around them.
Are you like straight owling them? Or are you just like,
No, she'll be over here, and then she'll just go, and then she'll write something in her notebook.
has she made drawings yet?
Well, I mean, she would have definitely made a pretty rough sketch of the monk because they've been together the longest, probably not the newest member.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Well, if something bad happens, you don't notice it, and you kind of go about your hypomania, and your time at watch ends. Audric and Connie, I believe.
Well, I will let Tax know if I'm on the watch following Tax, then she would have seen me wake up.
Mm-hmm.
So Tax, when Connie wakes up, you observe this happen.
Hmm.
That's what you see the moment she wakes up.
Are you disappointed you still have a face?
I'm sorry, what? No.
I'm not very good at emotions, but it looks like you're disappointed that your face is still attached. Does your face unattach?
No, no, darling, that's not it at all. Wait, you're a scientifically minded person, right?
Yes,
You know a lot of things.
I try to. I try to study as best I can.
Okay, well, and I look around because I want to kind of keep this question quiet. So if I notice that Audric is up, I will lower my voice. Do you happen to know at what age humans grow beards?
It really depends upon the testosterone in the body. Women normally grow it towards the end of their life, but men start at a young age and normally gets and like full on explanation of puberty and hair all across the body for humans.
So I'm not likely to get hair anytime soon on my chin or my cheeks.
I was told I am not supposed to ask human women how old they are because it is considered rude. Would you like me to draw you with a beard on? Will that help?
You know, I think that would.
Okay.
A full beard, like long and full and lustrous.
I could do that.
Well, I thank you very much, sweetie. You go get yourself to bed for now, though. I'll keep watch.
Okay.
Odric will be just downstairs in the tavern. Just he's I mean, I guess he's the last watch, so he gets to wear his full plate armor.
Technically, you and Connie are on last watch.
Right.
But if you wish to go downstairs in the very, very early morning, and truthfully a very like deserted tavern.
Yes. That's
like the bar's closed. There is a fire kind of, stoked in the fireplace. But there's no one else here.
He's planning to go downstairs and the fire's still warm enough. He's going to heat up some tea and just, meditate and just sort of be awake, but not being active, doing his thing.
Right. So I need perception checks from the both of you, please.
I'm good at
Alright.
perception. Well, when I don't roll poorly.
Hold on. D&D Beyond is being ticky to me right now.
You have a +7.
I do have a +7 to perception.
Wow.
This character is designed for a pretty specific purpose, and which lends itself very well to perception.
Mhm.
Well, I have a +9 and rolled a 3, just like you.
Geez.
Okay. Well,
+9. All right, well then.
That seance fucked everyone up, apparently.
so you're early. Oh my God, so early. Morning hours pass uneventfully as far as you can tell. And towards the end of your watch, Audric, the member of the staff, the white lady, kind of like makes their way in there. They're like, "You're up early. Why?"
Odric is just going to turn and say, just calmly, but without too much emotion. Vigilance is the nature of things. Or something along, it pays to be vigilant, but maybe not exactly in those words.
So is exhaustion. Mornings, never got the hang of them. And they eventually a couple of more people kind of wake up, and they begin to kind of build up the fire and begin the process of making ready for breakfast and whatnot.
Odric will assist in when they come over to like add to the fire. Odric will offer to just take care of that for them. Since he's been using the fire as is, he'll just help out. And
that's very nice of you. I will gladly let you do that. I'm going to make some of the strongest coffee known to God or man, and I'm going to
Odric just sort of like tilts his head to that.
right.
Known to God. All right. Well, let's find out.
Right.
Or man.
God, known to gods or men. So, and Connie, you are able to finish your watch without incident. I assume you start your morning off with Kata. Are you going to do that inside the room, or are you going to go outside to do it?
Well, the first thing I do is go get a basin of fresh water and pull out my required equipment and shave my head
Very good.
and wash. And then I'll just kata in the room.
Very good. Lamplighters, the rest of you return to consciousness, having had a good long rest successfully. You all complete that. And the morning of the 23rd.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yep, 2 days. You have today and tomorrow, and then up until noon the next day to find the cauldron. And so the day is yours. One thing, Audric, that you notice right after people start moving around is this, I won't say decrepit, but this definitely not a spring chicken lizard folk kind of makes her way into the room. And you remember the other members of the party called her Iggy or Igthid, and she kind of makes her way over and stands by the fire for a few minutes, like, yes, and just being cold-blooded sucks sometimes, warms herself up a little bit, and then she takes a seat at a table and orders breakfast and whatever lizard folk eat for breakfast. And so she is there, right? She is there in the common room. And that's where we'll start the day. So you guys tell me, the day is yours.
Well, the first 2 hours of my day, well, actually, I was doing kata during watch. So, but there will be an hour of meditation unless someone bugs me and tells me I need to kill something before that hour is up. But after that hour is up, I guess I'll wander down to the common room.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Odric is still downstairs. When he perceives it to be a respectable time to ask the innkeep for assistance, he would like to get a small but modest, or a modest but breakfast to nibble on.
Yeah, no problem at all. She says, oh, yep, we'll have breakfast ready here, very, very soon. And the lizard folk goes, it takes them a while, but they do get it, and it's pretty good. And so a little bit of time passes, and before too long, a breakfast of Icewind Dale's glorious gourmet breakfast is deposited in front of you, and
Sure.
Iggy as well.
Some-
So
thought out whatever
Porridge,
porridge.
grain and melted snow. There you go.
that's right. I mean, it could have been, like a hearty stew from a magic cauldron, but so what are you guys gonna do?
Odric waits for the Lamplighters to appear from upstairs or wherever they were.
Tax.
mean-
We got
Go ahead.
when Tax wakes up, she will go poking around to find Connie, and upon seeing her in a state of meditation, will choose this time to draw her in many different stages of hair. So almost like one of those magnet boards where you get to put on beards and mohawks and stuff. She kind of creates a 12 board with different drawings.
Are you making a Connie paper doll? Is that what you're doing?
No, just giving her different hair options because she wants to know. And then by each one, she will put the biological possibility of it.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check or performance, or
We'll do dexterity. I'm all right at dexterity.
Do I notice her doing this?
you do. You do notice her doing this, and when you like take a minute and you look over, and you've seen Tax be Tax, right? You've seen Tax do Tax things, and normally her drawings are very precise and detailed, especially when dealing with inanimate objects. However, you are pretty sure that she was drawing you. And like you think it's maybe like different hairstyles, maybe a beard. It's kind of hard to tell. It's recognizable, but it's not her best work.
Well, I wouldn't pay much attention because I'm meditating, but if I noticed her, I would just, so I'm not looking specifically at what she's doing. I was just wondering if I knew she was there.
You are aware that she is there, yes. Even
And
in
I will
a
take,
meditative
I will,
state with your eyes closed, you are aware that she is there.
all right, well, I will take a look at what she did after I finish meditating.
Alrighty.
But if she doesn't disturb me, I don't disturb myself.
I assume that she's made like a tiny mechanical one-man band thing, right? With like a little bass drum and a little blowers on a trumpet and everything. She sets it up, starts it running.
Certainly one way to do it.
Alrighty. Well, that has happened. What about the rest of you?
I get up, get breakfast. Nothing big. Been, what are the open kind of tasks we have as the Lamplighters?
Oh goodness. Things that you are aware of. Let's see. Probably at the top of the list is well, you did promise a group of literal devil worshippers that you would investigate the Duergar, find out what's up with that. You need to retrieve the cauldron that Iggy hid, and meet back at the upside down tower in a couple of days. And I don't know, there's kind of ongoing things like what's up with Sandalphon, and maybe figuring out what's going on with this whole buried city thing.
Yep, there's that.
There is that. You also have on the open bit of tasks you have an idea of where Sunblight is, and you are pretty certain that is some sort of stronghold, fortress, gathering point, for what you can only assume is another Duergar happiness and well-being outreach center somewhere in the spire of the world. So those are your more immediate tasks. If I'm certain that there are other things that are player centric that you should probably all be keeping up with.
Right, and we don't have any particular, the only thing we have to do in this town is locate the cauldron and then go back to the
Mhm.
upside down city. And we,
Okay, point of order. It is not an upside down city. It is an upside down tower
got it.
from a city, but it is a tower that fell off of something and impacted into the ground.
Yep. Makes sense.
As towers do.
as they do. Definitely not from AR. Definitely didn't happen during the calamity, and it absolutely did not have anything to do with like an Age of Arcanum.
Why would it?
It's just funny that the parallels between, you know, some of the stuff in Faerun and then some of the stuff that is in Critical Role. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What could be related?
Everything.
Right.
Art doesn't imitate life.
Everything is artificial, for nature is the art of God.
Yeah, well, that's one way to look at it. All right.
Let the party know that I have prepared a spell of location. So if we get close to the cauldron, if Iggy can get us even close, I should be able to pinpoint it.
Okay. So do you guys go down and talk to Iggy, or are you just gonna like?
I really hope Iggy buried that thing 1,001 feet down. That would be great.
I really hope Iggy doesn't remember where it is. I think that's the more likely scenario.
Yes,
You know.
we're gonna go talk to Iggy.
And I mean, really, what are you guys gonna say if that's the case? You're just like, that's our Iggy. Da, 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 da.
Iggy can dig a hole 1,001 feet down. God bless that person.
Right. I had to cast dig over and over and over.
Do you know how
What do you
frozen
mean?
the
Of
earth
course
is?
she can. She's a druid. She
Fair enough.
becomes a badger and I think she becomes a badger for like 5 hours now.
Oh,
Yeah,
then yeah.
she could definitely dig 1,000 feet down.
Oh yeah, she could. Now it's whether or not she's motivated to do so.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
It's assuming that there's soil 1,000 feet down and it doesn't become something like rock.
that's true too.
or you know that you could actually dig through the frozen solid top, you know, permafrost topsoil.
Oh.
So you guys make your way down into the common room and find you know, in our house, every time they do that on Critical Role, Shannon and I both do it now. That's just what happens. So you come down to the common room and you know you see Iggy kind of sitting there and she kind of looks up and she goes, "Oh, what are you guys doing here?"
Iggy, we wanted to talk to you. It seems that Vodjaga's sister didn't just want us to put the cauldron where people couldn't get to it, that they actually want it from us.
Oh.
Podrick's listening in to this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, I will
Gotta
listen.
get the right amount of vocal fry in here for this. So
I think I'm working on a needle point for somebody.
right.
I'm doing some kind of sewing thing.
It's me. You're working on it for me.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The floral motif.
Yeah.
So
And it appears that she might have means to which to help Croesus. And I wanted to tell you about that.
okay.
In our adventures so far,
Croesus has gone a little bit rock and roll.
Croesus was petrified.
Of fear.
He was scared, that's true, you know him well, but he then was turned to stone.
Are you saying he's a rock star?
Hey now.
No, I knew someone would say it. I didn't want it to be me, so thank you, Don, but god damn it.
Oh, so are you going to put the statue in the cauldron and make a stew out of him?
Unfortunately, the statue is so very heavy, it would be even challenging to our good friend Baruch
Um,
to lift it.
Odric would like to make an insight check to see if Iggy is playing with Siston or if she's really this, I guess, senile, you know?
Make an inside check.
And
Do it.
Siston is projecting just entirely all the patience in the world.
Right? So with a 16, if she's yanking Siston's chain, she's doing a really good job of it. Or Iggy has a unique point of view for the world. And because no one has really explained to her the connection between Cauldron and Croesus no longer being a statue, she's just trying to put 2 and 2 together.
Sure. Okay,
Right.
cool.
So that's your read on it. And she's like, so Croesus stone soup? Yes.
No, what I had said was Broad Yoga's sister wants the cauldron, and if we are able to get it to her, she may have means of.
Wait. Broad Yaga has a sister?
She's met her before.
Yeah, I don't think Iggy's that senile.
I don't think Iggy's ever met Finra.
Mm,
Really?
I don't
no.
think so. In fact, I don't think Iggy was present for any of this stuff with, I've had to go back and look, but I'm almost certain Iggy has never met Finra.
Well, Iggy put away the cauldron after we'd met Finra, who said that they wanted, well, we talked to, at least Iggy is aware of Finra because that's why Iggy put away the cauldron.
Iggy met Fenra on July 15th, 2022.
Oh, well, all right.
Well, I mean, as far as the gameplay, we had a game.
Okay.
At the end of it, it says Broad Sister Iggy is shown as being present, and it says Broad Sister shows up saying that they don't want the cauldrons in the hands of the people of the 10 towns, and she will get rid of it if we do.
Oh, okay. However, the only character present for that meeting was Broad Yaga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did discuss it as a
Yeah.
group,
Right.
as a reason to.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right, so Iggy probably didn't meet her, but is aware of her existence.
Okay. So I'm just kidding. I know Broad Yaga has a sister. She kind of looks off to the side like,
Maybe.
okay. So we need to go find the cauldron, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
let me think about where I put it.
Odric wants to check his memory to see if a mention of a cauldron is especially tingling of any sort of memories. Other than, you use cauldron to make food. Is there something, is there a special cauldron known
Make a wisdom
about?
save.
Wisdom save? Okay,
Wisdom save, wisdom check, whatever.
cool.
History check.
So no.
Okay,
You have heard them talk about this cauldron. You've heard it, but no one has explained to you what the cauldron is, what it does, or really why they don't have it.
right. Cool. That's what Odric is trying to figure out because he's all right. We're talking about this cauldron. Something's important about the cauldron. Can I recall any special cauldrons in the world? Nope. All right. Now I'm intrigued even more. What's so special about this cauldron?
Like in special cauldrons in the world in general. I mean, you've seen cauldrons, in several places, in use in several places, but in
Sure.
terms of, in context, not really.
Cool. All right.
Yep. So,
That answers what I wanted to know.
with a good positive roll on Izzy's recollection roll, she's like, oh yes, I remember where I put it. I seem to recall you just kind of showed up and dumped it in my lap, big, heavy cauldron, and said, don't do something with it and don't let Broad Yaga know. And I thought maybe that wasn't great, but I went ahead and did it anyway. So when do you want to leave?
Now,
Okay. So she goes, I'll
So-
need a minute to get my clothes ready. And she says, dears, pardon me while I go get my cold weather stuff from my room. And she kind of toddles off to go get her cold weather garments.
Now, I realize I'm new here, and I don't mean to cast aspersions, but is it really a habit of this group to drag an old lady out into these conditions?
Don't worry, she's an egg.
That was it. Sorry, go ahead.
Don't worry, she's an egg.
You kind of see Odric sort of pay attention to Connie when Connie's saying that, because he too has similar, this is a very confusing situation. Without any context, we're talking about a cooking implementation being hidden from somebody else. Apparently, it has means to unpetrify someone. That has piqued his interest. He's very,
All righty. Do you guys have any preparations that you want to make before you force an old lady out into the environment, the
Of a
frozen
guild.
dark hellscape of Icewind Dale?
She's part of the guild.
She is an egg.
She's an
he's
egg,
an
yeah.
egg.
And a good egg at that.
I don't have any particular preparations besides the obvious to make, but before we leave, I will be scanning Iggy closely to see if I think she is bundled up effectively against the cold. And I will be keeping an eye on her during the journey because I still don't feel very comfortable with this.
So, oddly enough, when Iggy returns back downstairs, she is expertly attired for the cold, as in it is in fact her business to be out in the cold. And also, oddly, she seems like 75% less decrepit old lady and more, towards something in line. And you're really not sure if the old lady act is an act, if it's an affectation that she just does because it's endearing, or if she, if her voice really is like that. You're not sure.
Can I make an insight check?
You
about it?
can go right ahead, make one.
18.
So as you're kind of looking her over, Iggy leans over to you and raises a clawed finger and does like this.
Odric's doing the same thing from afar.
Yes. Do you lean in?
Slightly, but warily.
And she leans in. She kind of looks around to make sure no one else is looking, and she goes, I just talk like that when I'm around them. I'm
No.
fucking with them. It's great. Okay, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you don't know, don't make the decision for Owen.
Right. I don't know. you guys have never seen Iggy be anything other than very Iggy-esque. So that's Iggy. And no, I will not date that, but
Sure.
Audrey, you get the same idea that Iggy is very Iggy.
Cool.
And you are going to let Iggy be Iggy, by golly. And
I'm cool with that. I've got to read, and Iggy is consistently Iggy, which is
right,
a good thing to be consistently
to be
yourself.
super cool with it as soon as you walk outside. So you guys
Um,
all bundle up. Tax, you got Holler ready to go, and have you read it too?
And Hootie
Odric-
2, I'm on Hootie 2.
You're
and
on
Bumble.
Hootie too. Holler's ready.
Odric's gonna, stand up from his seat, sort of by the hearth, by the fire, and he's gonna kind of approach the group proper rather than just observing from his little distance that he's had.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to kind of address the Lamplighters.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Lamplighters. And he's going to kind of wait for someone to acknowledge him. Not necessarily the whole group, but at least somebody to look his direction.
Yes.
I couldn't help but overhear some of the business surrounding your friend Croesus in regards to a cauldron. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I know that you guys the Lamplighters are involved in discovering some of the mysteries of Icewind Dale, specifically this this dark twilight and cold that has swept over. I think, as I said earlier, our paths have crossed for a reason, and I'd like to help out or come travel with you. So in the attempt to learn more about the circumstance of the region, as is why I am here. It sounds like the petrification of Croesus may be recent, perhaps shortly before we cross paths. I'm not sure how I might aid, but I wish to learn more about the challenges of the region and feel like our partnership may further that goal, and that I may be able to assist you in your endeavors as well.
Well, you're definitely welcome to join us. I'm afraid that this particular errand is less exciting and more mundane, but you're welcome to join us and be a part of whatever happens next.
How do you feel about digging?
He looks and then realizes that the voices come from below his eye line, and just kind of looks down. Tax, you haven't actually seen Odric yet, or rather Lisa hasn't. He's just shy of maybe 6 feet. He's a little bit tall for a human, not like above average, but he's definitely on the very tall side of average. Just 5'11" in his armor, with his helmet. He definitely has 6'5" kind of going on, because his helmet adds a little bit to the top, which it's not on, but it's on the table next to him. He looks down and says, "I've dug holes before."
How effectively? Do you feel as if your height gives you leverage?
With the right implement, if you use the right tool for the job.
I wholeheartedly agree. Are you aware that if you, and then she will just ramble on about the effectiveness of angles and digging.
Well,
As that's happening, I'm going to ask Iggy, do you think that we need we have kind of a sleigh that is that correct?
Yes.
And
Yeah, we're probably.
and do we need any other utensils to retrieve it? Iggy?
unmuting himself.
She blinks a couple of times. She goes, well, I'm not carrying it. So yes, and we will probably need some rope, maybe a pickaxe or two, maybe some pinions.
All right, I'm going to,
Um,
I'm gonna kind of check supplies and look at what we have. And check it over with Iggy to see if we need anything. I also want to have something large enough to completely cover it.
Tax will look left and look right and get a really sad look and go, can anyone else turn into a horse?
Oh. Iggy can.
We will need a horse.
I bet Farouk and I could push it alternating. Right, Joe? If we put it on display? If we put the cauldron on display, Farouk and I could alternate pushing it.
Yeah, you could. It's not super heavy, actually. It's just big.
It'd be super
yeah,
heavy.
it's not like a stone Croesus.
Right. Definitely not heavy and dense like a Croesus made of stone. For sure.
Well, he's always dense.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, it was right there. I had to.
Damn it. Yeah, the issue with it is it weighs about 50 pounds. It's not that, it's that the mouth is 3.5 feet in diameter. So it's pretty big.
Only 50 pounds. That's not much at all for that big of a cauldron.
Right. And it can hold up to 30 gallons of liquid. So,
That's like 4 times its weight easily.
right. So it's not, if you had something to put it on, you could actually push it or pull it pretty easily without someone having to be a horse.
30 gallons of water specifically is 250 pounds ish. So,
Well,
full,
assume-
that thing gets.
But we don't have to push it while it's full.
No, we don't. No, I'm just saying, like, if somehow we end up with a full cauldron, it is now a 300-pound cauldron if we need to move it.
Still substantially less weight than a stone Croesus.
It's significantly.
Okay, so you guys gonna get it's not a sleigh so much as it is this the thing you made, right?
Yes, it was a broken down wagon and I have pimped it out, if you will, to better terrain, snow.
Pimped your ride, yeah. You do also have the option of renting sled dogs.
But didn't we do the math and that sled dogs were essentially the same speed as humans walking and we have to rest more?
Ish. They're better for short distances, or if you don't mind running your dogs to exhaustion, you can do that too.
Rod would not approve.
Right, very much so.
That jerk's not here. Who cares what he'd think?
So
Oh, this is going to be a reoccurring thing. Tax has never had grief.
Oh boy.
She doesn't know what to do with it. All she knows is how to ask questions.
Keep a journal. Document the experience.
yes. So I guess that does beg the question, what are you guys gonna do with this cart sled thing?
We're gonna push it. Rick and I are just gonna attach ourselves to the harness and we're gonna push it.
You're going to attach yourselves to the harness and push it?
Probably pull it.
Oh, well, pushing is better, right?
Well, not with a harness.
Oh, that's true. Well, we gotta attach ourselves to the harness. We'll just
You're gonna hook yourselves up to the harness, like, all right, let's
Odric
go.
We'll put Dalen in it and we'll just push him.
Odric is going to, you know, if that's discussed openly, Odric is going to say, "Why wouldn't you rent sled dogs? That's why they're here."
Well, our lives are a little dangerous for sled dogs, Chris. Odric, I almost called you Chris.
I'll get this sled, and then Tax will straight on tell you how she designed it for the type of horse that Broad Yaga would become, and she could absolutely do the adjustments for sled dogs, but this is more heavy than a sled dog or a team of sled dogs would be able to pull.
I think it's the right amount.
Then shall we find a horse?
I would feel bad if the animal died.
Why? Do you expect the animal to die on your journey?
A little bit.
I thought you said that this particular errand would be uneventful.
Yeah, I also consider a lot of the time sleeping uneventful, yet sometimes I almost die during. It's called apnea.
I
To ask, Iggy, do you think it would be better if we had sled dogs? I don't want this to draw too much of attention.
Well, like I said, I'm not carrying it, so whatever you want to do.
Does Odric know? Well, probably not. He hasn't tried to rent sled dogs or horses in the 10 towns at all, so he wouldn't know where to get them, or at least not specifically.
We can ask the highly unpleasant chief of police.
I vote against that.
I would rather not. I think we can ask the innkeeper if there are any sled dogs for rent. A team.
You can get the sense that Odric is pretty much fine with whatever mode of travel. He's perfectly prepared to hoof it on foot. But if we're having a discussion about, he also seems a little bit perplexed of, we have a sled and we're hooking it up to our own people. That just seems like
You just want to ride in the sled, don't
we
you?
have beasts of burdens. Like let's use them. Like that's what they're there for.
Oh, yes. You didn't get to be around Bordiaga, I thought.
Yeah, you don't get the lecture
There needs
about
to
that.
be, there's a question of consent with beasts of burden that we have not tried to get into too much. But we will see what we can see. Iggy, I guess my question about the sled dogs is how far, when do we expect to be there and when do we expect to come back?
Yeah, because if we rent them, then we have to return them, and we're not necessarily coming back. Well, I guess Iggy could return them for us. I don't trust her on that.
Isn't it?
Well, if you
Shouldn't we
decide
just
to,
buy them?
huh? Huh? Say that again. I'm old.
Lisa?
Is it? Tax will look around because Broad was her guide, and she's like, "Is it a matter of money? Because can't we just buy horses? Do they buy?" Like, because she's so used to always asking Broad, so she is asking
No.
the general heir.
So there is a stable. They do have a couple of horses and they do have some sled dogs for either. They're really not going to rent them to you because, well, for
Yeah.
obvious reasons, but they will sell, they will damn sure sell you some.
I worry about who's going to walk them, who's going to feed them, who's going to pick up the poop after. Like, we just need them for this one trip, and then we're not going to be using them. I don't think that's a fair life to them. I would rather just push the sled.
Then let's push the sled.
Fair enough. Aldrich, you can still ride
Looks
it
to
if you'd like.
looks to the big half orc or half giant. What is
Farouk.
Farouk's race? I forget now.
Half orc, but raised
Half
by
orc.
half giant.
Yes, half orc. Like if the plan is to have the literal muscle pull the sled, then by all means.
Yeah, I'm on it.
And Tax, everyone's good. Tax will be like, we can help, and then her and her mount wiggle outside.
How much can Hoot pull?
Hootie 2 has a strength of
Hootie 2.
14.
We don't have food.
I know, Hootie 2 is what I was thinking.
Hootie 2 is 14th strength at this moment.
Okay, let's pull something. Maybe
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
Hootie
Hootie
too.
2 could actually do it.
Hmm.
If you wish to adjust the tack and harness for Hootie Tootie fresh and fruity size, you could do so.
Hootie 2 could absolutely do it. But however, I do not believe that they can do it with all of us in the sled.
Well,
Godric makes it very clear he's happy to walk.
you
on
can't
foot.
all fit in the sled to begin with.
Right.
When we first did it.
Aldrich, it sounded like you were expecting and you kind of wanted to ride in the sled.
I just figured that it's not common practice for people to pull their own sleds in these parts.
Sure, it's definitely not because you wanted to ride in the sled. Wink.
Like, you get a sense, like, if you look, his armor, while impressive, is not clean. He has been hoofing it on foot. You found him on foot. He's been walking the 10 towns in Icewind Dale on foot the entire time. His boots show that. They're nice, very practical, very effective boots, but they are not,
They're made for walking.
they are made for walking. Exactly. And he is, he's ready to go. Like he's going to carry his sword, or not his sword, his shield in one hand, and he's got his morning star kind of affixed to his person. But
Sandalon is not implying that Aldrich is lazy. They're implying that they just wanted to ride in a sled for fun. Like it's like
sure,
yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Well, what are you guys gonna do?
It sounds like we're either having Allie's character Sandalthon and Hootie 2 pull the sled, and or just Hootie 2 pull the sled. But at the very least, that's where we're starting.
Okay. Iggy kind of looks at all of this that's going on, and she goes, it's not that heavy. It's just big. And we're burning day twilight. Yeah. So, point of order, you can't all fit in the sled. Like,
No, I wasn't sure what the rules are on Baruch being with the party or not, but I want a way to bring the cauldron back to town or where we choose to take it.
right.
with it
And
being slightly easy, just not so cumbersome.
Hootie 2 can pull the sled with the cauldron, no problem.
All right, so we have ropes, we have pinions, we have the equipment that Iggy has said. I had asked Iggy how long it would take to get there and get back. And I don't think I got an answer to that.
She didn't give you one.
All right, then I will ask Iggy again. Because The other thing we need to know is what we need to bring for food.
It'll, it's a little ways.
If
Yeah,
the
probably half a day there. Yes.
if the concern is surviving out in the cold with food, water, or shelter, I will take care. We will be covered if if it's just a day's journey, that will be no problem. Even if we need to spend the night out there, we will be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get the impression that Odric here has spent a lot of time alone in this wilderness, which means he's probably learned how to find food and shelter. I have also spent a lot of time alone in this wilderness. So yeah, if you want me to kill a rabbit so you can eat it, or we could buy a horse and it could drag us there and then we could eat it.
Odric just looks at you at the statement, and like you get the sense that he doesn't necessarily approve, but he appreciates the practicality of the sentiment.
So,
I mean, a horse is a good source of emergency meat. I'm not saying we plan to eat it, but worst comes to worst, that's a lot of meat on the hoof.
Odric would like to gauge the party's reaction, to this.
We heard worse.
Yeah, they're probably just like, at least she's not advocating cannibalism.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
it's like the first thing that you notice is that nobody really blinks or like reacts.
Mm.
quickly.
Odric makes a mental note. This is
One or
not the
two-
reputation that
right.
precedes them.
One or two of them actually looked kind of relieved.
Yes.
I mean,
Of the many stories told of the Lamplighters thus far in Icewind Dale, none of
if
them are
the-
like this.
yes, well, never meet your heroes.
Yep.
So,
I mean, I don't even know if Connie is officially a lamplighter, but if so, she's only been one for, a couple of days.
so
That makes sense.
for the sake of getting on with it,
Yes, we need to get on with it.
Tax, you spend a few minutes adjusting the tack and harness and whatnot. You attach Hootie Tootie Fresh and Fruity to the to Tax's glorious snowmobile sled thingy, and Iggy picks a direction, and you guys start walking into the wilderness
Excellent.
in the cold, dark wilderness.
So is anyone riding in the sled?
Nope.
No one's riding in the sled. at
No,
all.
no,
Okay.
we're not. We're not. We're just
Nope,
Not
we're just walking. Sled is
Yep.
just
gonna
holding
walk.
some of her stuff, maybe.
Let's
That's
just
it.
got some shit in it, and you guys are going.
Well, I mean, we can
Odric would
ride
like to walk
they're
up
so-
front in front of the sled. Sorry, what was that?
I was like, Iggy could ride in the sled since the other people who have joined us are concerned with her ability to walk.
Sure.
Ooh, oh, I need to look up Iggy's. Any of you guys good at survival?
Yes, Odric is good at survival.
I'm reasonably good at survival.
Yeah, the problem is,
I've survived this far.
Yeah.
right? Well, the problem is that being good at survival is one thing, knowing where the fuck to go is another.
Oh, yeah. If I can't just survive my way into the destination without knowing what it is I'm supposed to be going towards.
Make a roll.
Make a dumb luck check? Is that what I'm doing?
Okay, well, that's enough.
Well, clearly if I was going to hide a cauldron,
So-
I would have hidden it over here.
So Iggy kind of leads you guys, sort of northwest, and you notice before too long that the terrain kind of becomes, you know, the tundra is somewhat icy, maybe a little bit more than you've noticed. And you do travel for about, I don't know, 4 hours or so, not very far, until you actually come to this ravine, just a like a crack in the world. And Iggy looks at all of them and she goes, "Yep, down there."
How long have we been traveling?
About 4 hours.
4 hours.
About 4 hours. Alrighty then.
How deep is this ravine?
She goes, "Oh, I don't know. It didn't take that
No,
long."
I was asking the DM. I'm implying that
okay.
I'm looking.
Okay. It's maybe 25, 30 feet. It's not like a big thing. I believe the joke was made, what if Iggy just threw it in a ravine instead of going through all the trouble of burying it?
Oh,
Right.
That is
Uh,
exactly what she did. She just like, boop, I'm
yeah,
done.
I'll
Fuck
jump
these
down.
guys giving me shit to do in the middle of the day, burying a cauldron on my own. Lost your damn minds?
I'll jump down.
What's the weather like?
It's a cold, frozen, dark hellscape.
But is it a windy frozen hellscape? Blizzardy frozen hellscape?
It is not a
Extra
blizzardy.
cold?
There's a light snowfall.
Okay. So
It has been cloudy. It has been light snow.
relatively ideal visibility considering it's a dark frozen
60
twilight.
feet.
Okay.
It's never more than dim light.
Okay. But like not obscured by like blizzard or heavy snowfall, things
No,
like that.
it's not you're not in, you know,
Cool.
diminished, other than it's dim light.
All right.
So-
Odric is go ahead.
All thought. You said you were going to jump in the ravine.
Yeah, I'll jump down.
Okay, you jump down into the ravine. Are you looking for the cauldron, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you monk shit your way down to the bottom of the ravine and give me investigation.
Ugh. God damn. Anything but that.
So as soon as you guys get there, Iggy says that and kind of just
oh,
and you look around for a few minutes down there, Connie, and like you land expertly. Superhero landing, stick the landing, right?
Right.
And you look around, and while the ravine is not very deep, it is a bit windy and, you know, probably 100, 200 feet long. And you don't find a cauldron.
That's fair. I
So
mean, it's
Tax
probably
says something and
snowed
I
a
have
lot.
something.
Iggy, could you give us a little bit more of an indication of where you think it might be in the ravine?
She kind of looks around. She goes, "Yeah, down there."
I'm gonna sit down and kind of prep some material components, and I'm gonna cast locate object.
Tax.
Tax will disentangle herself from Hootie 2 and start pulling out multiple pieces of rope and tying it to Hootie 2 and start throwing it down the ravine with an intricate lever and pulley system for when it is located. She's just like, oh, yep, we're gonna find this, gonna need this, and just starts building.
Love it.
Alrighty. Dalen,
Odric is or sorry. I wanted to say
what
that
is,
I wanted to say that while Connie was jumping down, Odric's just gonna be keeping watch around. Just
alrighty. Give me a perception check. You are confident nothing is immediately threatening.
cool. Just as stuff happens,
What is-
he's just gonna be
right?
watching.
Dalen, what does locate object look like for Dalen?
Pulls out a couple of small pieces of wood, look like in the shape of a Y. Get some information, or it kind of makes a mental picture of what the cauldron looked like. Lays the tuning fork basically out in front of him. Casts the spell, holds it up on the end of his finger, spins it, and the end of it points in. If it's within 1,000 feet, points in a direction towards the object that is needing location.
So, looking at the description, it just says you sense the direction to the object's location, and you
Yeah.
feel it is down probably about 30 feet and about 50 feet to the east from where Connie parkoured down into the ravine.
Is this further down, like deeper into the ravine, kind of further away from us, or back towards the way we came?
It seems to be about the same depth.
Okay. I walk a little bit over a different direction, 100 feet over the other way, and kind of triangulate, and kind of, once I kind of get a really good bearing, I walk over to the edge of the ravine and say, this is where we're heading down.
Okay, make an intelligence check. Or investigation, if that works better for you.
Wow, I have a +6.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, you have the spell helping you out.
Yeah.
You're not really able to so much triangulate. You just know, like, if you walk along the edge of the ravine, and suddenly the sense of out this way, kind of like dowsing rods down to here. And
Okay.
It's at, directly down from you.
All right, that's where I point and say, I do believe it is down this direction, about 30 feet or so, and ask Tax if she can get their contraption over here to make it easier to bring up.
Tax will do that. She will also send Holler with whoever goes down, so Holler can, once it is found, fly back up, and Tax will then start reeling it in.
So are you guys gonna just like randomly start doing this, or are you gonna maybe let the person that's actually in the ravine know what's up?
Well, Dalen had told Connie where it was, and I assume Connie's right here, or
Okay.
Connie would have.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that. Yeah, Connie.
Yeah, I missed it
Dalen,
too.
Dalen.
I did not know that Dalen communicated anything to me.
He said, Connie, it's right
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, that's good.
I'm gonna go give this dog a shot. You're gonna hear doggy yells. I do apologize.
It's okay.
I'm gonna put it on mute.
Okay.
Well, then we won't hear the yells.
Yeah, then we won't have to
That's
yell.
true.
Like, what fun is that?
He's
And then-
very much a drama queen. You don't want to hear it. It sounds like we're murdering him twice a day.
But
Oh,
you said we were gonna hear it, and now we're not. gonna
right
hear
now
it.
you're
That makes
denying
you
us
a
that
liar.
joy. So I don't know what to say.
I'm the worst
With it.
liar.
Yeah.
Liar. All right, I
Um,
will
All
go
right,
to
so
where, I will
Connie,
go to where Dalen is pointing.
alrighty, you kind of pick your way through the rubble at the bottom of the ravine. It doesn't take you but just a minute or so to get over there, and sure enough, right where he's pointing down, you clunk, there's a big ass cauldron.
Joe, I
Like-
sent you a PM. Just it might become relevant.
Robert's the big baddie.
Damn it.
Damn it, Robert's a frost druid.
Oh, man.
Well, that'll be fun to figure out between you and Robertson.
It sure will be. So, you find it. Tax is able to direct Hootie 2 over there, and within a few minutes, a contraption of rope, pulleys, levers. you're not mechanically inclined. But even you can look at this and tell it's over-engineered.
Yeah.
Like you're like, this could have been done with like one rope and one hook. Nope. There's like a rope mesh and a net and like what looks like some auto winding thing that will constrict the net around the cauldron. And so it actually,
Do I judge that
Meaning you're kind of
would would I judge that this contraption would support the weight of the cauldron and myself?
that is a great question for tax. I personally think, yeah, but how much does Connie weigh?
Let's see. She's 5'11", lean and muscly. How much does a 5'11" lean
About
and muscly?
120, 150 maybe?
if it's muscle, it would be closer to probably 140, 130.
140, 150, somewhere in there. Yeah, for the sake of the narrative, we'll say that, yeah, you're pretty confident. I mean, like I said, it's over-engineered. Like this could probably do a lot of extra weight. Now, as to whether or not Hootie 2 can support it, that's a whole other story. But as far as this rope and this whole contraption that she has lowered down in front of you, you're pretty sure it'll hold your weight.
Okay. Well, then I will hop in and after I hook it up, I will hop in so I can just,
So you can
Yeah.
ride the cauldron. Is that what you're trying to do?
yeah,
All
I mean,
right.
that's the easiest way back up.
That is the easiest way back up. All right. So I will assume that Tax is, pulls a lever, winds something up. There's the sound of a steam whistle, maybe. And then, the doesn't go very fast, but it does go very steadily. And so within a couple of minutes, you find yourself once again on the same level as the rest of the Lamplighters. Cauldron in your possession once again.
Excellent.
Odric would like to investigate the cauldron because clearly there's a lot of fanfare about this cauldron. He's trying to figure out what is special about this cauldron. I don't know what the right check is going to be. He can make several checks, but he's trying to figure this out.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, hey.
So you yourself, you don't have identify. You haven't, magically, arcanely inspected this.
Sure.
Like I said, it's the cauldron itself is about 4 feet wide. The mouth is about 4.5 feet. And embossed upon its bulging sides, there are images of satyrs and nymphs, kind of in repose, holding ladles. And right, and then there is a lid and side handles, and it sits on 5 little clawed feet. And
Cool.
it is scorched and dirty from it being, actually used as a cauldron.
Yep.
But you can tell it is ornate. It is very finely made. And like I said, while you are not, wizarding it up, you're fairly confident this is a magical relic of some power. Well, maybe not relic, but a magical item. As to its function or purpose, you don't.
Sure. Don't know. That makes sense. I can't roll Arcana and just actually naturally identify things unless I am in fact a wizard who studies these things. Odric's gonna kind of turn to the party, after examining this cauldron, eyeing it up, and he's, "What's with the cauldron?"
You're muted.
It will help us get our friend back from being petrified.
Are you hungry?
I like how you guys are just absolutely not saying what it is.
Right. Is the
I'm
cauldron have
not
some
a day.
magical anti-petrification
No,
property? Does it?
it is
unpetrify
actually
people?
a bidet. Yes, that's what it is.
A gravy bidet.
A gray day, as it were.
Oh man.
Object, there are those that can help our friend who desire this cauldron. And so that is where its power lay for us right now.
He nods and says, what caused you to dispose of the cauldron in the first place?"
We needed it hidden in case we needed it as a lever. It has now become valuable as a lever.
Roderick nods in understanding and does not ask any more questions related to the cauldron.
I'm gonna make an insight
Specifically.
check. I want to make an insight check against Object as to if it's just honest curiosity or if he's fishing for information.
Sure. Ah, good. You rolled high. I don't have to lie.
Yay.
Or make something up. You get the sense that Audric is not trying to be deceptive in any way.
Okay.
To answer your question, it's both. He wants more information because he is curious.
Okay.
He's trying to find, from what you've gathered and what you've met from him so far, he's on the trail of the mystery of Icewind Dale, and he's trying desperately to find tangible leads.
Okay. Okay.
And so from that thing, his kind of affinity towards the Lamplighters is just that throughout his travels by himself, for the most part, as a one-man shop, it is slow, it is hard, it is not easy. Exactly. And so he's interested in Lamplighters because they're the first kind of tangible something on this journey. And on that journey with the Lamplighters, the first thing we do is go find a cauldron that is important. So for him, he's trying to figure out more about what is happening and just the context of the situation, because there seems to be a lot everybody understands that he doesn't.
Okay.
And he's trying to figure out, what value does that have to his, ideas of what is happening here. Which is why, he's seems to stop genuinely. He's not asking any more questions about the cauldron, but he does go ahead and ask a following question to you, Dalen, and says, who's this person that has the answer for your friend?
The sister of a former companion has access to those who have the power to help our friend change back from being petrified from the basilisk. At least that is what they've assured us. It is obviously taking something on faith that it'll actually play out the way we're hoping.
I'm going to assume, Joe, that Odric is fairly familiar, given his background, with what it takes to depetrify someone by magical means.
Say that again.
I'm going to assume that Odric is familiar with what it takes to depetrify someone by magical means, given his background.
You know it requires higher level magic than you have access to.
Right, exactly. Like, he's never done it, but he knows that it exists for those who are more magically inclined.
I mean, divine healing magic is, miraculous.
Right.
You don't really know the limits of it.
Sure.
You think maybe you could bring back the dead, but you're also pretty confident that
the right kind of miracle could fix Croesus.
If you have the magic, if you have the power, you can in fact reverse the petrification.
Sure. All right. So Odric's going to reply. It takes a miracle of sorts to do what you're describing. I hope that you trust the party involved who's promising such a miracle. As you know, it's usually not often when miracles come right when you need them without strings attached. And you kind of get the sense that he's not just talking about, be wary of like the gift horse, sort of thing. Like there may be, some stuff, in his background, or his sentiment about, miracles coming out of nowhere. But
Connie absolutely rolled her eyes at the word miracle. Just like,
let's just see if I notice. I guess, are you trying to hide it?
no.
Then yeah, I see it.
I mean, I'm not doing it like to you. Like I'm not necessarily like trying to make sure you see it, but I'm absolutely not hiding it at the same time.
Sure.
I'm just like,
yeah, at the word miracle and just sort of all that it implies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have any reason to trust these people other than
They have not technically killed us yet when they could have.
that is fair.
Mm.
Hoping that the
Odric's going to respond to that specifically, Tax, and he's going to say, there are many gods who have not killed you yet, who should not be trusted. That, is not necessarily the best metric.
Sure, I have met a god. Have you met a god? Do they give samples? Would it be easy to get a sample from them? Are they easy to sketch?
You can tell
Well,
Odric doesn't say anything because he's still just kind of processing all that is Tax in that moment. Because those questions about the divine don't really like have the answers that are tangible that you're looking for. So he's just kind of like, he just doesn't quite get an answer out.
Well, they are certainly sketchy. That's for sure.
Odric, it is my hope that the easiest path for what they want is to stick with the deal.
Well, as previously stated, this is your lever to pull, and if you choose to pull it, then by all means.
So, as you guys now have retrieved the cauldron, Iggy kind of looks at all of you and says, okay, you have your stew pot. I'm going back to town. I'm going to fuck off now because I'm a player character and the DM's not really comfortable running me without the player being here. So, deuces, bitches. And she
Turns into a penguin and hops on her little belly and slides out.
I mean, she turns into a pterodactyl and flies. I don't know. She leaves in a very picture the most Iggy way. She would Iggy her way out of this, and that's what Iggy does.
I can easily see a polar bear, just the exact same shade as the Twilight, just
like a dark polar bear. Yeah.
Scooting off, but then you see her kind of like blend into the dark and then evaporate because you can't tell.
She's out.
I think she's slightly too low level to be a polar bear.
Right. Well,
if I remember the rules right.
She changes into a thing and she goes away. And she is no longer a part of this story.
Cool.
For the
Perfect.
time being. Okay, so you guys have 1, a cauldron, 2, a sled, 3, a hootie 2 to pull it. It is about 2:00 in the afternoon. You do know that you are good, probably 8 hours worth of travel to the Upside Down Tower. If you wish to go there immediately, or if you wish to return, or whatever you wish to do.
I kind of think we go halfway to the tower tonight, wake up and finish it off in the morning.
8 hours would put us well into the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Odric responds, I think that's a good idea. Traveling at night, if avoidable, is preferred.
Oh, to be clear, I was talking as Jay. This is player discussion.
Ah, sure.
Connie is over there not offering an opinion.
Fair. Yeah, I think that's fine unless we just want to like race into whatever, is going to happen over there unprepared. I think having a rest stop is good, and especially in case we run into anything along the way. But we can always decide, move 4 hours and then decide how we feel to go the other 4.
Alrighty.
I think returning 4 hours puts us back at Caerdenival, right? That's where we are? Or
No,
Caer Konig?
East Haven. It'll put
East
you
Haven.
around East
Oh,
Haven,
never mind. East Haven.
right?
Well,
So,
quick point of reference. We're supposed to meet them there on the 25th, and it is now the 23rd.
it is the 23rd. Yes,
So we have 2 days.
you do.
We can get really full.
Oh, that's fine. So if we have 2 days, then we can arrive on the 24th and have a day to kind of set up and prepare there if needed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Set traps and things in case we don't trust these people.
I need one of you to roll a d20, and then someone needs to make a survival check on navigating the wilderness.
Odric will make a survival check.
I will help Odric survive
Okay.
by
Yay.
rolling my
Oh, that's
own
good.
survival check.
Yep. And I need somebody to roll a d20.
Someone else
Someone
for
else.
party
Anybody.
inclusion. Dalen has rolled a 16.
16. Okay. Roll a d6, please.
4 magical items for the party. Yes.
Uh, It's 4 frost giants who are angry at the party.
That's fine.
I'm
We'll
angry
have
at
some
party
fun.
too.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So you guys, where are you headed back to?
Well,
We're
if we
heading
spend,
for the. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to
go
say,
ahead.
if we spend 4 hours traveling back, that puts us back at East Haven with the cauldron, which might be risky if people are going to see said cauldron. So if we continue past East Haven to then rest before continuing on to the tower, or we stop just short of East Haven to prevent the common rabble from discovering our fun pot of goodness, that might be preferred in a lot of ways.
With
I would,
go ahead.
I would say we should avoid the town. Let's not hit the town with. the
Yeah. I agree.
cauldron.
If I were to give excellent observant directions using the map that we have and my memory to where the cave system that we have cleaned out of the witch and the bones and all of that was, which isn't very far from said tower, how far would that be? And do you think with said rolls we would be able to achieve this?
I think it is
So-
kind of far from where we are, or the opposite.
Yeah,
direction.
it's actually
Because we traveled for
yeah,
more than a day to get to the tower from the cave.
hold on. You guys can see the 10 towns map, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, you guys would be here-ish,
Hmm.
here.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe more like up here, but
Okay.
further over because this map is not that wide.
Yep.
The Cauldron Caves would be to your west on this shore around Loch Denishire.
Oh, they are right there.
Yeah, you're not that far from it, but the thing is, you could make it to those caves. The last thing you saw in those caves was darkness. So you don't know what could be in those caves now? I don't know if, what are you trying to accomplish?
Well, and the other thing, if we're that close to it, it's too close for a stopping point. Like, we might as well not even travel at all.
Well, no, that was the point. I was just looking for shelter, because normally we have shelter or we had Broad Yaga. And if we travel 4 hours, I'm not sure about shelter, because to this day, Tax has not slept outside but once. And then she was attacked by an owlbear, who was then calmed by one Broad Yaga, who she immediately hired.
Well, you do have two people now in the party who have spent a significant amount of time on their own outside
This
doing
is-
shelter things.
Yes, I think staying outside is fine. You don't know it yet, but Odric is perfectly capable of keeping us happy and comfortable in the cold.
Oh,
Ooh.
Fancy.
At least I assume. I mean, the DM has all the agency in the world to totally make me eat my words, but
Well, you know, I
Yeah.
will keep helping you on survival checks to give you advantage. And between the two of us, we should do okay.
yep.
You think?
I mean, although we did like completely whiff that goddamn perception earlier.
Which won't happen often. Between your passive perception and my passive perception, passively, we're okay. It's when we actually have to think about things. All right. Well, I mean, we can absolutely bring the cauldron into the town. I think that is risking exactly what we were planning to avoid. Which could be entertaining to just see what happens when the town discovers this cauldron if we don't hide it well enough.
It's fine.
So I think if our plan is to not huff it all tonight, then I think we stop short of East Haven. And then we can, if our path is wherever we actually want to go takes us, to East Haven, then that's where we should go. Otherwise, we should just kind of stop at a midway point that makes sense.
Right, yeah, does the straight path back to the tower lead through East Haven?
No.
Yeah, so, fuck East Haven.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
just
not,
take-
yeah, we don't even need to go back to East Haven.
I mean, unless you want to.
I mean, unless we need something there. I mean, if our plan is to really give this up, then sure. As a player character, I'm very interested in understanding why they want this cauldron, other than the fact that it's, does cool magical food things and could easily, feed the 10 towns or disrupt some stuff there. That's all good, but I want to know who's incentivized to stop that from happening.
Just
And
rub
understand
the
why.
balance of power in the quadrant. Yeah, sure. It's fine.
Sure. Well,
Alright.
so but if we take it at 10 towns, it'll go someplace else and disrupt power. So,
Sure. So, okay. Nifty, neat, love it. Think it's great. So you're heading back. Which way are you going? Here's the thing: you've made a good survival check. You're pretty confident, but you can set off in the right direction.
yeah, I think we
I-
go towards
straight to
the tower, if that's where we're going, and we just stop. We don't travel the full 8 hours. We go, 4-ish, see how we feel, and if we feel like stopping, we can go 2 more or stop and make a camp, and then we can eat, take shelter, and then start again the next day.
Awesome. All right. So
Will you point out about where on the map that puts us, just for our notification?
what, traveling 4 hours?
Yeah, towards the direction of the tower.
Right. So the tower is here-ish.
Okay.
You guys are here-ish.
Okay.
You're going in a straight line. You're gonna kind of go almost, well, you know what? You're gonna go almost through East Haven.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, so I mean, you could conceivably stop in East Haven. You could also go around East Haven. It won't really add much to your travel time. It's gonna take you.
Yeah, I think it looks like there's a path that goes around. We take the path that goes around, I think, and then stop just outside, you know,
Yeah.
of where the text box is, you know,
Yeah,
somewhere like right here.
sure.
Close enough
Seems
that if we had
legit.
to like run to East Haven to like, you know, lick our wounds, if something, you know, scary gets us, we can.
We can
Mhm.
use the bathroom 'cause I don't like going outside.
Couldn't quite hear that, Don.
We can run into East Haven to use the bathroom because I really do not like going outside.
Yeah, exactly. See,
Yeah,
you got
because it freezes in mid-arc.
Yes.
All right.
Buddy,
Oof.
So you guys, you know, plot your course and, you know, Hootie 2 kind of leans against the harness and you guys start going pretty confidently. And you make about an hour of your walk. And those of you with of a high enough perception feel a little tremor in the ground,
Oh, shit.
and there's just a few seconds later there is a crack that opens about 70 or 80 feet away from you. There's this cloud of steam that escapes, and then
Who is something's crawling out? Oh, this is great.
this giant, very, very large, kind of looks like a centipede, sort of, that has big red eyes, and its body is white and blue like ice, and along its back there's like, it looks almost like it's on fire. It's insane. And then it has these like almost wing like membranes stretched out from around it, and it pulls itself up out of the ground, looks at you, and I need you to roll initiative.
Excellent.
Well, can we have some tokens to select?
Let me get you over there.
Was hoping to do one thing right before initiative was rolled, if there is time.
Mhm. And what was that?
If I'm so Odric would be walking just in front of the sled, and would anyone be immediately to his, you know, left or right, or very close to his left or right, you know, within arm's reach?
I'm with you. I'm your co-scout. So
Is there anyone else other than you?
I would
Damn.
be on,
Wow.
I'm on Holler, or sorry, I'm on Hootie 2, so however far you are.
Yeah,
from
I'm not within arm's reach of Hootie 2. All right, so Connie, Jay, I'm happy you're here. Connie, this is going to be interesting role play. When that happens, Odric would like to very quickly, you know, kind of make a holy sign with his hand
Uh-oh.
and touch Connie and provide a vigilant blessing.
Oh shit! You know what I don't have?
I dodged the fuck out of the way of that.
That's
Okay, neat. I did not have the turn order thing open. Cool.
well, Odric has picked up on the whole, you know, not too keen on religion thing. There's this bit, the earth is literally opening up, and he kind of just, you know, wants to do something in this moment. So,
Like pie being my thing, I'm gonna fix it to my 19.
do you successfully? I mean, I'm trying to bless you. So if you try to dodge,
I mean, I guess it's up to the DM how he wants to adjudicate whether you
Yeah.
touch me. But does the effect you're going for mention a willing target?
it does not mention a willing target. So
Interesting.
Right.
So yeah.
You know what? You're gonna have to make an attack roll.
all right, well that's happening. We're gonna do this. All
I
right.
bless you, damn it! Come back!
Well, because like I'm actively trying to get you, and like it's an emotion. So like I'm aiming, I'm trying. All right. So it's just a what? I guess my proficiency +5, hit DC, strength plus whatever, right? Yep.
Are y'all playing much like two toddlers slapping at each other?
No, I'm
Right.
not attacking him at all. I'm just
Did you make
dodging.
Ice cream.
It's gonna say dagger, but it's not a dagger. Oh, that's not good at all. 10. That does not
No,
get you.
no, I just, wah!
All right. Well,
Matrixes
then
you.
then that doesn't happen, and you will not have advantage on initiative rolls.
Okay, so guys, I would say this will probably take up a little bit of time. So if we now should probably have a little bio break real quick.
I think that's great.
Okay.
Okay.
There's my initiative.
And if somebody can share their screen on the screen, that'd be cool.
That was a shitty initiative I rolled.
That was
And-
that was like some real. All righty. In return, there is a strange, steamy, flamey, icy, wormy creature thingy, centipede from hell, giving you the "I'm hungry and you look tasty" look. Siston, you're up. And oh, that was the thing. I was trying to find there we go. Tooty, fresh and fruity.
And can you ping?
Yep, and hopefully you'll be able to control at least. Hang on, let me just make sure.
Can you ping?
Controlled by bell tags.
Do I happen to know what this thing is?
I don't know. Do you?
Let me see your screen.
I don't know. I mean,
I know that.
Jay feels pretty confident he knows, but I don't know what Connie knows.
I mean, you can make a nature check.
That's that map.
Any of you
I
are
will-
feeling nature checky?
Oh, wow.
Yes. I
You
rolled a
think-
3.
You both think
Pause.
you both think it's a big wormy thingy that looks hungry, and you look like food.
Joe? Can you hear me?
I can.
I think you have two sets of us on the map
Why is that?
because I see Laura kind of in the bottom right quadrant of the map. And I see Laura at the top left quadrant of the map.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And Broad
Wait, what?
Yaga's over there. Hey, Broad, how's it going? And there's
Hey,
Hoot as
what's that?
well. You're
Oh,
reusing a
shit.
map.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, you should all be in the top left. Hang on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah,
Thank-
Laura was like, I don't see what y'all are talking about. I'm like, I don't recognize the area of the map you're on.
Yeah, I was like, I see how far away I am from it, but I have no idea like how far
All
away
right.
I am.
Takes a team. We're all good.
All right, I also made a nature check.
Mm-hmm.
I made a nature stop.
Siston, you aren't really sure what this thing is. You do recognize that its appearance was preceded by a great deal of steam. Therefore, you know that's not a thing you've seen in the frozen dark hellscape. It's on Frozen. That is Icewind Dale. So the things from its body that look like they are producing flame or heat probably are giving off a great deal of heat.
All right.
And you think being close to it might not be a super great idea. Also, it's really big and it looks like it might eat you.
All right, well then I think the distance is good and I will ask for the power to be guided to start it
Right? Wait a minute.
going away.
Why is Why is the screen black?
I don't know where the share
Damn it.
screen is black.
Why do birds sing?
The screen that is being shared is black, I think is probably what Joe is axing.
Mhm.
No, that's the problem was Audric didn't have vision.
Ah,
Yes, Audric now has vision, which is good. So, what you gonna do, Siston?
I've done it. I have
What?
lobbed a guiding bolt.
You have lobbed a guiding bolt at it.
Yes,
That
my God,
is a,
radiant damage.
what is it, automatically hit? Oh, it's a wisdom save, isn't it?
No,
no, it's an attack roll.
it's a tech roll. It's
Oh,
15.
you rolled a 15.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, your guiding bolt is not guided
All
that
right.
well. And it does not seem to strike the target.
All right. I'll stay where I am since I'm not sure what it's going to do. Actually, I will get out of any kind of blast radius or fireball.
Why have you
formation.
disappeared off the turn order?
I'm the 21, but my name is not on there. I don't know if.
Yeah, no, but it was at one time. Hang on. Let me.
Probably related to the token that you used.
Yeah, Allie figured it out. Just remove her and let Laura re-roll, and then she'll make it a 21. She deleted the token. You deleted the token she rolled it with.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All
The
right.
room figured that out.
I'm really good at that.
Yeah,
God, that's a good, it's better pecan.
it is a good one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dalen, you're up. Audric, you're on deck. And then we'll see what this thing does. It may be super cool.
It may be.
Maybe.
So is this area that's just south of me down like 10 feet or up 10 feet?
Huh?
So do you see me on the map?
Yeah.
You see south of me on the map?
Yeah.
Is that area up 10 feet or down 10 feet?
Up.
Okay.
Well, more like 5 feet. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a steep cliffside. It's more of a, rocky terrain sort of thing.
I'm going to pull out a scroll. I'm going to read the words on the said scroll and cast Fireball.
Oh, fireball.
DC is
No.
15. Attack bonus 7.
Hope you had copied that spell into your spell book.
I have not had an opportunity to. I have
Womp
not had
womp.
an opportunity to. Yep. Nope. But I am like, this is big. Hopefully this thing, I don't know how to.
So before you do that, make an intelligence check.
Okay.
That's ready.
Yeah.
Where's my intelligence? There it is.
I don't know, Dad.
As you pull out the scroll and you begin to visualize the words of power in your mind and you start to say them, you kind of glance up and you
Ugh.
realize that this thing is on the fuck fire.
It's on fire? Okay.
It's radiating heat enough to generate steam, which means
Okay.
it's
I appreciate that.
already on fire. So it's probably not like fire's probably not a thing that's like you have your doubts that
Yeah.
that fireball is the right tool for the job.
Well, then I'm going to change tack. And I can go now on my normal spot, or I can go at the end of the round since I'm changing tack. Your call.
Go ahead.
All right.
that was incredibly nice of you.
It
Yeah.
was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I'm going to cast Fog Cloud.
Okay.
In how big are these squares?
5 feet.
They're 5 feet. I think it's a 20-foot radius. 5, 10. Oh no, I made that one. Wow, all of y'all's little arrows are. Can I not select my own thing? Delete. There it goes. Try this. 20-foot radius.
Pew 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 pew.
Stop it.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, you've left yourself open to the taunting
All
attack.
right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. That's about a 20-foot radius. I'm going to cast it. Wow, I can't select it. What is wrong with this thing?
Have you
There we
tried
go.
clicking and dragging to select it?
Oh my God, with the arrows.
I know. I wish they would stop it.
That's you, Jay.
That
That's
was
you.
not me.
That
No.
was Sandalthon.
Well, crap. I can't find. Maybe if I zoom in, I can see the little square that you can select the thing. There we go. I cast fog cloud about right there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run to right. Yeah.
Okay. All righty, you have done so. And the big cloud of fog kind of billows into being, and you're hoping that the fog cloud will do something against the creature that burst out of the ground in a cloud of steam,
I'm hoping they just can't see us.
right? You can certainly try. Okay, is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All righty. Audric, you are up. Next off is the creature.
First, I'm gonna mute myself.
Mhm.
So Audric, having seen the earth start cracking and this thing start bellowing out, turns to, try to bless the closest thing, closest party member to him, which happened to be Connie, who just noped their way out of said blessing.
I heard they were like,
And things happening as fast as they are, Odric is not going to chalk that up to anything other than just missing, because we're all like, what the hell? The ground is opening. We can figure out if he discerns why later. But he's then going to take a look at the big steamy fire worm crawling out of the earth before the fog cloud kind of appears out of kind of nowhere and obscures his view. And you're going to see him raise his shield kind of up into the sky, and you're going to kind of see the symbol on the front, which is again kind of the gauntlet kind of hand style, kind of glow ever so slightly, less like bright radiant light and more like twilight. And we are going to channel divinity
oh.
and Twilight Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
And emanating from as you see this kind of like twilight start to emanate from the shield, it then kind of starts to emanate more from Odric a little bit. And within a 30 feet radius, which is bonkers huge, there is now sort of this twilight light kind of emanating from him. So let's make a circle.
Hold
You
it.
have-
How do I
Hold
make
it.
sure?
Hold it.
Aura.
Hold it. I've got a
It is an
better-
aura. Aura is what I want. You're right.
And so is it sparkly because of the Twilight domain?
Yes, absolutely it is.
Token aura. How do
20 foot, right?
30 feet.
30 foot. If you open your token, you should be able to add auras. I think.
My token aura doesn't, like, if you see it on the screen that I'm sharing, it doesn't actually.
There it
Oh,
is.
that's right.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, can you see it? It's
I
almost-
can see it. Yes.
It's kind of,
I can see it.
That's kind of the perfect
Kind of-
color for a twilight aura.
that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. I
Hang
think
on
that,
a
I think that's
second.
really good. There is a kind of twilight sphere centered around me in a 30 feet radius. It is filled with dim light. The sphere will move with me. It'll last a minute or until I'm incapacitated or die. Whenever a creature ends its turn in the sphere, they will grant one of two benefits. I will either grant it temporary hit points, or I will end an effect on it, causing it to be charmed or frightened. We are then going to shift and move a little bit here. Let's see. Where's the right? Question. This thing is on fire, or like just really hot and steam is coming from him, or is it actually on fire?
It is really hot. You don't actually see flames from its body.
Okay. Is it hot enough to glow and provide any sort of discernible light in this darkness? Like, can I see a glowing shape behind the fog cloud?
That is a fantastic question. Thanks for asking. Its body does pulse with internal fire. So, sure, it gives off a little light.
All right, cool. I'm just wondering, so I can aim bonus action spell at it. If we are going to cast spiritual weapon,
Okay.
you know, pretty much right right in front.
Spiritual weapon.
To that roll, I didn't want to roll damage, but there's anyway, spiritual weapon. We're gonna put it here, right in front. If you would like to give me some sort of spiritual weapon token, it's going to. So, what's the best way to describe this? So you see Odric kind of pull a shield into the air, and it starts emanating twilight from it until it just kind of makes this big sphere, and then he kind of pulls it in close to him, and then you kind of see it focus some more twilight energy, and kind of out from it and in front, you kind of get the sense that something is appearing in the fog cloud. You can't quite tell what it is, but if you could, it would be kind of a just hand, like a gauntlet, armored gauntlet is the spiritual weapon itself. Spirit, that works. What is this?
Well, here. I have to do it like this.
Oh, there's a spirit. Hello. I don't have control over it yet, but
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to keep you entrapped. I just
spiritual
want-
weapon.
Probably
There we go.
not
All right. You're here.
Yep, there you go.
And then I will make this attack. I guess I've already rolled that attack. Yeah, 12. 12 doesn't hit.
No, but a 25 will, and you're heavily obscured. It cannot see its attacker.
All right,
You have
DM.
advantage on the attack.
Do I have advantage on this? Does my spiritual weapon have advantage?
Oh boy.
You can say no.
You know what? I'll allow it.
All right, cool. Roll damage. Bam. 7 force damage.
Mm-hmm.
As the
Okay.
gauntlet just kind of, I don't know, punches. Urgh.
Punches. You punch it with your gauntlet, your fist of fury,
Yes.
and your shield with the emblem of the god of hand jobs.
Oh.
I mean, technically, it is a hand symbol, and I'm doing a job, I
Mhm.
suppose.
Yes, you are. It's the god of handies. Gotcha.
All right. With that, Odric's just gonna stand right here with everyone else. and not
giving them things.
not move. Yeah, I'm well, if they end their turn. I'm gonna end my turn here, and I'm gonna give myself 1d6 plus my cleric level.
Mm-hmm. Temporary
Um,
hit points.
Yep, which is going to be 1d6 plus my cleric level, which is 5. So I'm gonna give myself 9 temporary hit points. And because this is repeatable, I'm going to say this now. If you get granted temporary hit points multiple times, they don't stack, they just replace each other.
Right.
So
Right.
for those of you who haven't gotten temporary hit points multiple times, that's how that
Okay,
works.
so a thing happens.
I hate it when things happen.
Mm-hmm. You kind of you see the glow within the flag, you're like, and it kind of like moves forward. It's not super fast, but since you moved, it seems to know where you are, and it's coming right for you.
Tremor sense, tremor sense
Sense.
for like probably a mile, because that would be our luck.
No, it's definitely not a mile. And it is going to do a thing. Actually, no, it's not. It's just that's what it's going to do. Actually, it's going to dash and get right here.
Oh, hello.
It's like, hey, sup?
And now it's not within 20 feet of my spiritual weapon.
no, it is not. And that will end its turn. Sandalphon.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay. That is 20
You
feet.
see a huge friendly ice worm that is like he just wants to give you a hug.
I don't know about that last bit.
Oh, he definitely wants to give you a hug with his mouth.
Yeah, okay. I don't know about that friendly part though. I would like to rage.
I would like to rage.
I'm gonna roll a d8. A bolt of light shoots from your chest. Another creature of your choice within 30 feet of you must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of your next turn. Well, the blinded part doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Ooh.
Make a
Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
Looks
What is,
like
the
it.
DC, what is the DC on that?
14.
All righty. Let's see what happens when we do that.
Oh, you just get to keep shooting these every turn
So,
until your rage ends. Wow.
That is a well, it says 22 there, but it's actually a 20.
Oh.
Lol.
Well, then I'm going to attack my sword.
You're just going to attack it? Yep. 17, huh? Yep. Okay, that hits.
Nice. And I'll go in for a second attack. 19. Sorry?
I think Joe should tell you something before you commit to that second attack.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I should. I was debating on whether to, like let you do that. So that first attack, you land it hard, right? And you do the slashing and the raging, and as soon as you do this, the wave of heat as you get close to this thing, you feel the heat, and it is actually searing hot. And you take 10 points of fire damage.
Oh, I was hoping you were gonna say radiant. I was hoping you were gonna say radiant. Some resistance to that one.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, it's not very radiant. It's just very on fire.
10 points of radiant. I took 10 points of damage, fire damage. I think. Well,
So you want to take some more fire damage? Go ahead and hit it again.
yep. I'm gonna get temporary hit points because I'm gonna end my round in Twilight area. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it again.
Carry on. Like, fuck it, I got two very hit points. Give a shit.
This is just I'm barbarian. This is what we do.
What, you think a little fire is going to stop me from hitting things? What's wrong with you?
Okay, so I hit again. Anything
Do you?
happen?
Oh yeah. So you do a total of, that looks like 13, 14, 15 plus 9 is 24. Is that right?
Yeah, 24.
Between the
Yeah.
two attacks, yeah.
Yeah. You hit it real hard. But you do take six points of damage that is of the fiery type. If it was a Pokemon, it'd be a Lizard Zard thing, whatever that's called.
Charizard.
Yeah,
Charizard.
Charizard. Sure. Yeah. If you say so.
Char Lizard Zard. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Do I want temporary hit points?
Everybody wants temporary hit.
Then you are going to gain
Nice.
2 temporary hit points plus 5, so 7 total.
Nice.
Yeah, you hit it pretty damn hard. You really did. Connie, you were up. Tax, you're on deck.
Did Connie notice and clock the significance of what happened when
Make a
Golf hit
perception
the
check
thing.
with advantage. Yeah, you were like, Soundsbon rolled in there, whacked the shit out of it, then screamed in pain and said, fuck, I'm on fire.
excellent? Then I need to check a rule really quickly. And I'm sorry, I'm usually completely prepared for my
I'm gonna
turn.
say you're normally
but-
a source of encyclopedic knowledge, so
I want to check one thing.
what kind of horse shit are you about to pull out?
Oh, I'm about to pull out some horse shit. I think. Da, da, da.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bum, 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 bum.
I will spend a key point,
Okay.
disengage,
Oh, okay.
and then I will step back.
Mhm.
And I will throw 2 darts at this thing.
Okay.
1 dart, 18 for 9 points of damage.
Okay. That hits.
Second dart. Wait a minute, how did I do 9 points of damage? Hold on, that shouldn't be
I don't
possible.
know. It says +7.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The 9 was the other 20 roll. I do 5 points of damage.
Yeah.
Hey,
that
My
wasn't-
apologies. Okay. Second dart. I don't think I have advantage for any reason. So that misses.
Mhm.
But now
Oh God.
I will step back in. And I will use my monkeyness since I took the attack action on my turn. You know what? I'm going to use another key point. I'm going to hit it with 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
And yes, I know this is going to hurt me. That's fine. 9 on the first one.
Yep.
25, I'm sure hits.
It does.
And you can tell me my damage in a minute.
I will indeed.
And then a 17 might, oh, shit, I did another dart.
If it's I mean it's
Well, it's the
plus
same.
7 either way.
It's plus
Yeah.
7 either way, but the unarmed strike does more damage. So let me,
Just click the on stripe button above.
I can't because, oh, I can click that one though.
Yeah,
Oh, look, 6, either
yeah.
way.
Haha.
All right. So that's
Tell me how much
15.
damage I take. I take 66 points of damage.
You
don't I?
do
This actually could kill me.
25 points of fire damage. That is
Holy
fiery.
moly. Why?
All right. And then, so let's see. I moved 5 and then I moved 10.
So you have 25 feet
5,
more or 20 feet
10,
more.
15. No, I have 30 feet more.
Yeah.
20, 25, 30.
So
And by the way, what I was checking
uh-huh.
was the rules on disengage.
That's what I thought.
And yeah, once you disengage, you're disengaged. So the fact that I stepped back up to it doesn't give it an attack of opportunity.
And I'm assuming you're getting out of the aura specifically because it's holy.
That is so
Did I get it? Did
Bullshit.
I
Yeah,
get
you're
it?
outside the
Sir.
aura by 5 feet.
Oh, I wasn't actually trying to get outside of the aura, but because I don't even know if I would clock the fact that the aura was happening. That
No.
was not my intention, but that's where I ended up. So
You know,
yeah, I'm
Jay,
outside the aura.
that's some old bullshit. I like it.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, not bad. Okay.
Yay, monk stuff.
Dax, you're up.
Out of curiosity, Connie, with said amount of damage, how are you looking?
Oh, I'm fucked up.
Okay.
I am fucked up.
Okey-doke.
And you know, I'm actually going to make the ruling that because you refuse magical healing, stuff like fire damage is going to leave a mark.
I don't refuse magical healing. I refuse divine healing.
Okay. Well, do you know of any other form of, well, do you have potions? You know what? We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
We have an artificer, and
Mhm.
although not currently on the roster, we have a druid. Neither of those are divine.
I thought druids were divine.
No, they're primal.
Well, that's splitting some hairs right there.
It's not really.
It's fine. Tax, what you
the-
got?
Well, give me just one moment. Someone went pretty far, but I think I'll be okay. So Holler is gonna just do all the stuff. Holler is going to fly precisely the right amount of distance over, land on the beloved head of Connie, and do cure wounds. And that is what happens.
I didn't know that my head was beloved, but okay. I am less fucked up. But still pretty fucked up.
Okay.
So that was my action. And then I will. I will prepare me and Holler to dodge.
Okay. Sounds good. Anything else?
Not Holler, sorry, me and Hootie Two to dodge, and no.
Okay. Okay. Well then, Siston, you are up. And Dalen, you are on deck.
I'm going to get where I have slightly better line of sight, which as large as this creature is, I don't think that's a problem. I'm going to ask my goddess to unweave it.
You're what?
I'm going to ask my goddess to unweave it with my version of Toll of Death,
Dong.
which is a wisdom save.
It is a wisdom save. That is an 18 minus 2 is a 16.
Previously unlost. Damage.
Huh?
My DC is a 15,
Okay.
so no damage.
Mm.
And then I guess I end my turn in the aura.
That's 8 total attacks.
Thank you.
Let's see.
It's just like every round he takes temporary hit points.
Everybody who ends their turn.
Oh.
Yeah. And how many temporary hit
What?
points is it?
Looks like 3. Oh no, it's 3 plus something, right? Plus 5, so it's 8 total. Odric.
Yeah, he said 8.
Okay.
Well, that was 8 for tax, I think.
Yeah, that's 8 for me.
Oh,
So where's the, I think we need a system roll.
Okay.
did he leave? No, he's there. Robert, roll another d6.
Absolutely. I like getting to do this.
Yeah.
The other option is that we just roll.
Oh, did I don't know which, I think it's the first one. Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
It's 6 points.
Plus 5. So you have 6 total.
thank you, thank you.
I was scrolling up in the chat to hit the
Right,
button. I'm
right.
just gonna hit the roll d6 next time.
Siston, is that your turn?
I ducked back by the tree.
Okay. Dalen, you're up. Audric, you are next on the hit parade.
Excellent.
Step out from behind here. I'm going to cast a magic missile at 3rd level.
Magic missile.
What a forceful spell.
So that is a 2 plus 1, 3 times 5, 15 points of damage.
Nice.
I'm going to step back behind this rock.
I think you double added the +1 though.
Did I?
Yeah, the roll already is.
Oh, the
D4
one.
+1.
No, that's 2 times 5, which is 10 points of damage. Sorry, not 15. Thank you.
Still, it's looking pretty rough, y'all. It's definitely not as healthy as it was when it popped up in front of you.
Cool. So making my turn.
Yeah, it is your turn. Flop.
Excellent. Seeing this creature just come straight up to him, to
Aw.
say hello. Audric has some things to say or do about that. First, no one really sees this happen, but the spiritual weapon is going to move 20 feet as a bonus action to that spot. And then for his action, Odric is again going to, you're going to kind of see his holy symbol on his shield start to glow that kind of twilighty color again. He's going to kind of raise it into the air, and this time kind of a glowing twilighty column of light is just going to kind of come down kind of from just above this glowing sphere, this twilight sphere you're in, and it's going to come down and just cover the creature in a kind of moonbeam specifically.
Ooh. Moonbeam, moonbeam.
So that is a 20-foot radius. I can draw that here on the map.
And that is a Constitution 15.
Yes, Constitution 15. He'll take that damage when he starts the turn, not during my turn. So if a creature starts their turn, or let's see, what does it say? I'm gonna display.
He rolled a 21.
Wow,
Minus
that's
2 is 19.
well, that will save, but let's see. So they whenever a creature enters the spell area for the first time on their turn or starts their turn in there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain. They will take radiant damage. So on the start of its turn, it will take half of 9 on that successful save.
Beautiful. All right.
Let me get that glowing thing here, though.
Get that going.
20
thing.
feet
All right.
goes that way. Oh,
Is that
Jesus.
is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay. I'm not gonna use my movement. I'm just gonna stay right here.
Okay. Well, he sees you drop
I want to draw a
moonbeam. He
circle.
looks down at you. He screams and he opens his fanged, toothy, gross, wormy, death mouth. And he's going to try and bite you.
He is
Of
welcome to try.
course he is.
I want to actually. This circle is not the right size. Let's delete that.
So 5-foot radius, right?
For moonbeam, no, it's 20 feet radius. Oh no, 5 foot high, 20 foot. Never mind, I lied.
How many hit points
Yeah.
do you have?
I have
Silvery barbs, silvery barbs.
I have silvery barbs.
I cast silvery barbs as it attacks you.
Okay. I will re-roll the attack.
Okay.
I will re-roll the attack. I don't know why I just don't give myself fucking disadvantage.
I still have 9 temporary hit points.
Does a 13 hit? Sorry.
13 does not hit.
Okay.
And to answer your question, I have 42 hit points plus 9 temporary hit points currently.
Well, you should lean over to whomever gave you the silvery barbs and be grateful because I rolled 52 piercing damage and 9 fire damage.
Wow, that would have
Jesus
been
Christ.
that would have been a problem. But hey, if he hadn't cast silvery barbs, I absolutely would have.
Well, you definitely silvery barbed your way out of that. So,
I'm gonna give Sandalphon advantage on their next attack.
okay, yeah.
Wow.
So that is a thing that happened. You actually feel the cold hand of death give you the wet willy.
Oh man, this thing is a wow, that thing hits hard.
Okay, I just realized you guys can't see the thing. So
Oh yeah,
Not
is
as
there a
bad
thing
as
we're
you
supposed to
think.
see?
Yeah, this is not the full-blown version of this. This is what's called a reduced threat Remorhaz,
Oh, sure.
or razzmatazz, as I like to call it. Anyways, yeah, okay. You silvery barbed your way out of that. God damn it. Dalen,
Dalen
you
was out of my
feel
range.
the,
Cool.
the sharp prickle of silvery barbs on your bunghole.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Celephon, you're up. You have advantage. You better use it,
So first,
That one's.
because if this thing bites you,
so I'm going to first, you see the glitching happen around Sandalphon, and it starts to like coalesce, and a beam of light shoots out like a portal to the sun has opened up, and it needs
Ooh.
a Constitution saving throw DC 14.
Oh, and I know it gets a 12.
oh, it gets a 12.
Double possibility.
And you want to know what's even funnier than that is it
What?
actually gets a 10.
Well,
Well,
No, yeah, it fails its fucking save. For a brief moment, you see this thing kind of like dodge out of the way of your beam, and then there's that glitching that goes around you, and the pattern kind of, and then it pops back into place right as the beam slams into it.
Perfect. Well, it takes 2 points of radiant damage.
yay.
Oh my goodness. Awesome.
Every little point helps.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to attack with my greatsword with advantage.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. You smack it good for, is that 11? Yep.
Yep.
That's 11. And you carve into it. And the wave of heat washes over you,
Mm-hmm.
causing you 16 points
Oh,
of the damage.
Ouch.
that was just less. I felt like it was less last round.
Well,
Yeah,
but
you
did
know.
you? Oh, you can't see these rolls. Wait,
we can see the rolls. You
Okay,
rolled a 5,
cool.
a 6, and a 5 on
Yeah.
3d6s.
where the fuck are these when I'm rolling stats? Okay.
3d6 is swingy. It's
Yeah,
very
Yeah,
swingy.
yeah, it should be like 10 or 12, but when it's
We're
not,
gonna, we're gonna go ahead and do another attack.
do it. Yes.
Remember, you had temporary hit points, so like those
Oh,
help.
yeah.
You gotta cook. You gotta cook those first, then take your damage, then take some more damage, and then get some temporary hit points.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna do another attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Sandalphon.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
So I'm gonna retcon it a little bit and say right before the sunbeam came in, I was like, oh, you want to play with fire? I play with fire. And the sunbeam happens, and as it's kind of rearing back, it's just 2 swipes down. The fire, my hair is singed, my like I'm missing an eyebrow, and I come back down and I just chop it in half.
Bash! The blade bites through the flesh. You don't chop it in half.
Okay.
You're
Sure.
you're mighty, and your great sword is long. This thing is huge.
Okay. Mighty. I chop off like its snout.
You chop off its. You know what? You can chop off a snout, and a gout of steaming blood sprays out of it, and it drops lifeless at your feet, steaming. The heat still radiating from its body as you see the flames that are kind of encased under its skin begin to slowly darken and dim.
Noise. There
All
we
right
go.
then.
I'll take those 1d6 temporary hit points, please.
Yes. You have 8 temporary hit points.
Thank you
Uh,
all.
I would like to propose a short rest after that shit.
I would love to, because then I can get my channel divinity back.
Right? I can get those key points back. I can burn a couple of hit die.
Um,
Mhm, mhm.
Pax can get samples.
Santa Fun is taking
Uh,
like piles of snow and just like cooling the face.
Like snow angeling it. Ah.
So what I'm gonna forever kick myself for, although it turned out all right, is my entire point of running up and delivering those unarmed strikes was to attempt to stun it, and I just didn't.
Oh,
I don't know why I forgot to stunning strike it,
oh,
but
I
I
see.
did.
Yeah,
So-
I'm gonna burn extra key points. It's like, oh, well, I mean, you should have stunned it.
so that was like I said, a reduced threat Remorhaz.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a CR7 as opposed to a CR12.
That's for
Um,
you, Sandalthon. You get 6 healing.
And
Thank you.
so yeah, I mean, you could chew through it pretty quickly, but Jesus God, if it gets to you. Whoa.
I thought I could tank it at least 1 hit.
I mean, you could.
Holy Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What?
You let Robert take quick heal?
Is that like is that not a thing? I just chose it. I don't think.
No, that is a custom made.
Oh, that's a
by
custom made
me.
thing. Oh, I had no
That is-
idea.
That is a homebrew by me, and whether it should be allowed is pretty controversial.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, because that is a healing cantrip, is it not?
Yeah, that I
It
was
is.
like, oh, this is
Yeah,
new, cool.
No.
I was just like, okay, yeah,
No,
no,
I
then,
thought that
yeah,
was
that
like-
doesn't happen. I'll replace the cantrip. That's
Okay,
fine.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh, this is new. I just figured we just got a whole bunch of new content. I was like, all right, sure, tra la 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 la.
I did the
I've-
same thing. I was like, how is this a cantrip?
I was like, oh, it seems pretty cool. They finally.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? You have to use it immediately after someone gets hit, and then it doesn't heal a whole ton, and it doesn't trigger things that require you to be healed. So, like, I interpret that as you can't use it to stabilize someone because that requires healing, and this doesn't count in that sense.
Right, yeah,
Um,
you have to target a conscious creature.
Yeah.
I think it's fairly balanced, and my Dungeon of the Mad Mage DM is letting me try it out. And so far, they are still cool with me using it, but it's pretty controversial.
It's
I can see why it'd be
cantrip.
controversial. That's fine. I'll easily replace the cantrip. Not a big deal. That being said, I am going to then instead cast Cure Wounds on Sandalthon instead,
So-
and you get 12.
Are we taking a shorty?
I would imagine so.
Well, I'm
Uh,
asking the
We're taking
party.
a short rest. Would this be a good time to call it? Because it's almost 11.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that.
Yeah,
If you guys want to take a short rest and then
Yep.
You know, be ready to go, or actually somebody roll a d20 for me.
How we got into this?
Fun you beat me.
Take the first
17's the first one.
17. Huh. Roll a d6. Someone else.
6.
that's
Huh.
either really good or really bad.
Okay. Well, you're actually able, you will be able to travel 4 more hours, get a long rest, and travel the remaining 4 hours, and arrive at the site of the upside down tower about midday on the 24th. So you're there about a day early,
okay.
if you guys want to do that. And that's where
Uh,
I will officially end it.
So we have
And Tax is 100% gonna get samples from dead fireworm.
Absolutely. I would be disappointed in you if you did not. And there will be some things that I will message you about, Tax.
Sweet.
Yep.
So, how far along am I into embroidery for, Sandalphon?
How complicated are you making it?
How complicated does Dolph want it, Allie?
Let me look up some embroidery on Pinterest real quick. Embroider.
We'll call it a 6.
Yeah.
On what scale?
The one in my
I
back
think
room.
I just want kind of some is it filigree. Is that what it's called? Okay, whatever. On my jacket as like vines and.
Oh, yeah.
So how many hours have you put into it?
I would try to work on it at least an hour a day. Like I do it during short rests and
It's probably like knowing what I've seen people do embroidery. If it's any bigger than about this, it's going to be like 8 to 10 hours.
right.
Right.
I just want to know how far along in it.
So figure out how many hours you've done it and subtract that from 10, and that's how many hours you have remaining.
Let's see. I started on this.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
I probably put 4 hours into it.
Okay, we got about 6 hours left then.
Okay.
That 19 is for the continual picture of Sandy and all of her hair options.
You mean Connie?
Connie, yep.
There we go.
I was like, wait, what?
I was like,
Well, if you show them to me, are you doing like head hair or just beard hair?
I would be doing a full on, you know, the apps where you get to play with different hairstyles and facial
Right.
hair. I'm doing one of those manually.
Right. But are you doing head hair or just facial hair?
Both, and some that
Okay.
work together.
Okay, because after the very first one with head hair that you showed her, she would say, absolutely not. We're only interested in the facial hair.
Okay, then she will be doing that, and she will be doing like some mutton chops, full Santa, goatee. She's like giving you the full, and of course, the biological likelihood without implying gender at any given stage.
That's fair. I hope there's a Lemmy in there somewhere.
Of course. Handlebar
General
always.
gender neutral facial hair.
Mhm.
It's D&D, bitches.
Thank you. It was really fun.
Guys, you know what?
Are you
You guys-
grandfather yet?
You guys did kind of stomp your way through that Remorhaz.
Yeah.
All I could think was when I rolled all that up and while I was asking how many hit points you had, I was like, oh God, I don't want to kill another character, Roberts. That's just not okay.
Well, so it would have put me down like just like 8 or 9 over my
Yeah, it
full-
wouldn't have like outright insta-killed you, but
yeah.
you'd have been down. Now it was like at death's door.
Right.
Oh
And
shit.
then Sandalphon stepping up with a fucking crit. Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
Knocked out of the park. Boom.
Right on.
Um
Guys, I am super pumped. I will not be available next week,
neither will I.
but I will be available the week after that. So
Week after
Yeah.
that.
next week off. So 2 weeks from now. Hopefully we can go in person. And you guys will have literally 24 hours to prepare for your meeting with Finra and whomever she decides to bring with her to perform some magic.
I won't be
I mean-
available until after Thanksgiving. The way it works out. Because
All I know is the next in-person game, I am expecting some amazing dip from
Yes.
Robert. Because he is gonna be $30,000 richer. And
I hope so.
I figure a $30,000 richer motherfucker should be able to make some really good goddamn dip.
Some gold.
Or,
dip.
or hire someone to make some really good.
Yes,
goddamn dip.
I will do my absolute best to make it the best party. If I win, you will have the best party dip. A fraction of $30,000 can buy.
I am not available Thanksgiving or the week after, but I am available the one that Joe just said, which is the 18th. And then we need to
December.
do calendar 18th and the 9th. I have a 2-week gap.
All right, so when then wait a minute, hold on. I need to double check something because I may have just given everybody the wrong date.
You're the worst.
I am.
We can also probably stop the recording.
November
too.
12th and 13th, which is next weekend. So yeah, the 12th and 13th, the 11th I will not be available, but the 18th I will be. Assuming I don't get dragged off to Granddaughter Land. Which
Why
is,
wouldn't you want to be dragged off to Granddaughter Land? Granddaughters are the shit.
We are.
because it's in East Texas?
Doesn't matter. Granddaughters are the shit.
No,
True.
I got you. I'm still kind of wrapping my brain around being a grandfather. I'm too young to be a grandfather.
I think
But-
Lisa's only saying granddaughters are the shit because she is a granddaughter. Like, this is very
Mm.
self-serving nonsense.
Jay, you've met my grandmother. I would bet you she'd tell you granddaughters are the shit.
I've met
I
your
mean-
granddaughter, or I haven't met your granddaughter. I met your grandmother.
I'm here to
What
oh
time?
boy. I am here to tell you that poor girl doesn't stand a chance. She does not. Cause Shanna has already fucking full blown bumped her head fucking baby crazy. And